Top 10 World's Deadliest and Most Dangerous Terrorist Groups. Do you know the top 10 most dangerous active volcanoes in Asia? Likewise, danger and terrorism are related in the sense that terrorism is a type of danger that is intentionally inflicted upon innocent individuals or groups. Terror is no longer a phenomenon that the masses can't conveniently ignore. In fact, with extremists continually seeking massive destruction, terrorism lives everywhere. So today, in the world's #1 source of research-based content, the Daily Top 10, we will bring to light a serious topic: the top 10 world's deadliest and most dangerous terrorist groups. Similar to the top 10 most famous notorious serial killers in the USA, terrorism is a global threat that continues to pose a significant danger to individuals and societies around the world. From bombings and assassinations to kidnappings and cyberattacks, terrorist groups have employed a wide range of tactics to further their goals and spread fear and chaos. While countless groups engage in terrorism, some stand out for their particularly deadly and dangerous tactics. In this video, we will take a closer look at the top 10 deadliest and most dangerous terrorist groups in the world. By understanding the nature of these groups, we can gain insights into the complex and evolving landscape of global terrorism, and work towards developing effective strategies for preventing and combating their activities. What is the deadliest and most dangerous terrorist group in the world? There are many terrorist groups around the world, and they have caused chaos all around the world, depending on the victim's country, religion, race, etc. When you hear the top 10 world's biggest and most breaking news stories, you will automatically remember the acts of terrorists. But terrorism is not a new phenomenon in the world. By definition, terrorism is using intimidation and violence to achieve a political goal along with radical beliefs and extreme ideologies. In this context, terrorists commit monstrous crimes on both a local and a global scale. So, let's identify the world's deadliest and most dangerous terrorist group, but before that, we can check out the rest of our list now. Top 10, Irish Republican Army. According to Reckon Talk, the IRA was responsible for waging a war of independence against the British in 1991 to 1921. It is a revolutionary organization in Ireland. At the same time, having been trained as a guerrilla unit, the IRA was skilled in quick attacks and ambushes. Their sole intention is to overthrow the Irish Free State and Northern Ireland to achieve the dream of the Irish Republic. The IRA has been responsible for numerous car bombings and assassinations, including the assassination of Lord Mountbatten in 1979. Besides, the largest and most active paramilitary group operated against the British security forces. You can also check out the top 10 most shocking political assassinations of all time. Top 9, Lord's Resistance Army. Lord's Resistance Army, LRA, is a terrorist group that operates throughout Uganda and is led by Joseph Kony. It is also considered a cult, and the initial message of this organization was to unify Uganda through peace and prosperity. But it quickly turned into something violent because LRA is guilty of everything from mutilations to murders, child soldiers, and sex slaves. History collection stated that, from 2008 until 2011, this gruesome military killed at least 2,300 people from 2008 to 2021. Also, they have kidnapped a large number of children and displaced thousands of civilians throughout Central Africa. Therefore, LRA is still listed as a terrorist group by the USA even though it is not a designated active terrorist group. Top 8, Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a militant Islamist group in Nigeria. They are incredibly vocal about their intolerance towards Western education. Boko Haram, the name itself, refers to Western education as sin, and it was originally founded as a Sunni Islamic group. In addition, it advocates the extremely intolerant Sharia law in places of their stronghold. As mentioned in Wikipedia, Boko Haram has been alleged to have on their hands a 5,000 civilians kill number between 2009 and 2014. Also, it was responsible for bombing the UN headquarters in Abuja in 2011. Boko Haram is known to spread terror by killing people who indulge in non-Islamic practices because Muhammad Yusuf, the founder of this group, had once said that the theory about the earth being round should be rejected as it had been propagated by the West. Top 7, FARC. FARC refers to Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia, Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia. It was formed in the 1960s, and they claim to be an army of peasant Marxist-Leninists with an ulterior motive of anti-imperialism. The Colombian government recognizes FARC as a terrorist organization along with many other North American, Latin American, and European governments. As per the Reckon Talk, FARC had been known as one of the world's largest drug trafficking organizations in the world. Alongside It has been attributed to numerous killings, bombings, and assassinations in Colombia. Still, the FARC remains a threat to Colombian security, but at present, they are not as violently active as they once were. Top 6. Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a Lebanon militant group. They are considered to be more powerful than the Lebanese army. It was founded by Muslim clerics and spearheaded by Ayatollah Khomeini. Their main aim was to counter the Israeli occupation of Lebanon, 1982. Also, they wanted to expel Americans from Lebanon, along with Western allies. Most importantly, Hezbollah is known to receive training and funding from Iran and Syria. According to CRS reports, Hezbollah has the responsibility for terrorist activities like the 1983 bombings on the U.S. Embassy in Lebanon, the Lebanon hostage crisis, the London Israeli embassy attack in 1994, etc. Instead, Hezbollah wields significant power in Lebanon both as a political party and militant group. While at present, Hezbollah is designated as a terrorist organization by a large portion of the international organization. Top 5. Lashkar-e-Taiba. Lashkar-e-Taiba is well known as one of the most notorious terrorist groups in the world. It was responsible for the Mumbai attacks on the 26th of November, 2008, and the 2001 attack on the Parliament of India. The main objective behind this group is to introduce an Islamist state in South Asia and liberate Muslims residing in Indian Kashmir. What is even more shocking is that Saudi Arabia is an alleged sponsor of this group. As stated in Wikipedia, they have also been known to use children, about 13 to 14 ages, to spread their terror activities. Also, the bombings in Delhi, 2005, the bombings in Varanasi, 2006, and the Mumbai train bombings, 2006, are the major terrorist activities that have been carried out by Lashkar-e-Taiba. Top 4. Tehrik-i-Taliban. This is known as Tehrik-i-Taliban Pakistan as well. It is associated with the part of the various Islamist groups that are active on the Afghan border in Pakistan. Overthrowing the Pakistani government, battling the NATO forces in Afghanistan, and enforcing the Sharia law are the main aims of this group. But the TTP is not directly affiliated with the Taliban in Afghanistan, and it is led by Maulana Fazlullah. The TTP has claimed responsibility for numerous attacks that include suicide bombings, the bombing of UN offices in Pakistan, etc. Alongside, the 2010 Times Square car bombing attempt was also an alleged undertaking of the TTP, according to Inkstick Media. And this terrorist group is well known as the largest militant organization that fights against the state in Pakistan. Top 3. Taliban. The Taliban is omnipresent in illicit activities, from drug trafficking to human trafficking, extortion, etc. According to Britannica, they have an annual revenue of almost $400 million, and this is a fundamental Islamist group in Afghanistan. Muhammad Omar is the founding member and has been the spiritual leader ever since 1994. The Taliban has its origins in the struggle against the Soviets that the US carried out on Afghan soil. The attack on the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York was carried out by the Taliban in September 2001. Amidst, the Taliban is accused of the violation of human rights ranging from ethnic cleansing, raping women, etc., in Afghanistan. In this context, the Taliban can be introduced as one of the most deadly terror groups in the world at present. Top 2. Al-Qaeda. Osama bin Laden, Abdullah Azzam, and other militants are the founders of Al-Qaeda. Its objective is to unite Muslims across the world and have a strict interpretation of the Sharia law. Al-Qaeda is a Wahhabi organization, and the death of Osama bin Laden has proven to be a setback to their operations. According to CISAC, they have a special way of carrying out missions. There, they employ suicide bombers or execute suicide missions. Their attacks are also known to be sectarian. The Ashura massacre and the April 2007 Baghdad bombings are major examples of that fact. In addition, the 1993 bombing of the World Trade Center was also carried out by Al-Qaeda. Top 1. ISIS. ISIS has become the deadliest and most dangerous terrorist group in the world. Here, the abbreviations refer to the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. This is a Sunni jihadist group based in the Middle East, and its major aim is to mobilize the majority of the Muslim population under its control. So, their major strongholds are associated with Iraq, Syria, Palestine, etc. This group is always known for its brutal, inhuman treatment of civilians, which includes open firing on civilians. It is known to have almost 80,000 fighters in Iraq and Syria together. According to RAND, ISIS is alleged to have committed acts of great atrocity and blatant human rights violations. They launch various operations aiming at infiltrating their ranks and combating their growing insurgents. What are the deadliest and most dangerous terrorist groups in the world? Over the past decades, different terrorist groups have caused enough mayhem to gain international attention. So the largest surge in terrorist activity in the past 50 years also can be witnessed in the previous decade. Although they may shift on the list over the years, these are some of the most dangerous terrorist organizations the world has ever known. Here is the list of the top 10 world's deadliest and most dangerous terrorist groups. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Taliban, Tehrik-i-Taliban, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hezbollah, FARC, Boko Haram, Lord's Resistance Army, Irish Republican Army. We hope that our video, Top 10 World's Deadliest and Most Dangerous Terrorist Groups, has provided you with valuable insights into the world of terrorism and its most lethal organizations. We also hope that our video has piqued your curiosity and interest in the broader field of global security and politics. Stay connected with the world's #1 source of research-based content. And subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about the latest developments and insights into global issues and trends like the Top 10 Asia's biggest political scandals of all time, Top 10 America's biggest political scandals of all time, and Top 10 World's biggest crisis everyone must not ignore in 2022 from our breaking news category.